What's up, everybody? We back with another message, another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers and future new subscribers. We do nothing here without God because everything is spiritually led by God. We cover the world from a physical and spiritual aspect to get the raw, real, and uncut answers, y'all. And make sure with whatever words you hear, may you test the spirits, aka take the words you hear back to prayer with the Lord, because that relationship gonna lead you to many gateways and many doors to success, peace, restoration, okay? Because there's too many false people out here. um, the end times is full of Decepticons. The devil got his works moving through the world. So we want to make sure we're hearing the right things, okay, at the right times. Today's video, I want to go over with you guys uh, another piece about the wealth transfer, because it just kind of came over me like, oh, wait, each coin is used for something. Like, it's something going on with each one. So I want to go through each ones that you should look forward into getting into, and explaining to you what's going to happen with everything, more so than I did things that I didn't cover last time. All right, so let's just start off. It's just wealth transfer plan. First things first, God's he says, first things first, with God's word, essentially a good father leaves an inheritance for his children's children, right? So how good you think our Father is in these end times where they're trying to steal from us and take from us and keep from us, okay? The whole point of the wealth transfer is to take from the wicked and give to the righteous so we can advance God's kingdom. It ain't just about, oh, it's for me. Yes, you get to do things that you need, and of course you're going to be able to use it as a blessing for yourself as well, but the main goal is to advance God's kingdom, all right? And help others that need it, because clearly the wicked don't know how to do that, because they working for the wrong one. Now, let's get into it. Shiba Inu coin, very cheap, y'all. See, what God is doing, he's going to use the coins that are very cheap because he wants to make it possible for all his children to get much. Do you hear me? Like, it's cheap. And these coins aren't going to be cheap anymore after this wealth transfer happens. So he's trying to get you into it if he's leading you into it. If you are ready to hold this responsibility, he's trying to get you into it, telling you to buy it up. Because, see, what's going to end up happening when things begin to crash and stuff begin to go wrong with the markets, people are going to say, oh, okay, check it out. Wait a minute, let me invest into crypto. And they're going to buy what? The cheapest ones. So everybody going to be dumping and dumping. And while we already in here, we're going to be going up and up and up and up. And we're going to be like, whoa, hold up, wait a minute. What's that? So very cheap. Make sure you purchase it. God did this for a reason. It's not the coin, y'all. It's the price of the coin and what God is going to do with how low it is. All right. So again, in my last video and in a community post, I put a link to this guy's channel named Adam Venture, who goes through how to use the Ledger Nano and stuff. And we're going to talk about that at the end, the Ledger Nano. But with this Shiba Inu, you're going to get it and take it out. Okay, USDC. And when you convert from USDC to Ledger Nano, you have to go through the Ethereum network, which you can set up through your Ledger. Get that link together, set that all up, get that USDC taken from that Shiba to that USDC, bam, okay, and store that. XRP. Now here's the deal with XRP. It's a little different. It's still cheap. So God, yes, invest. This has been one coin that's been mentioned as well. But there's a case going on with this coin. Okay, the Ripple case and SEC versus SEC, Ripple versus SEC, been going on for a while, and I'm not sure if this case is going to be settled in the first quarter of 2023. But the way God been talking about it's coming, things are coming, like it's very possible. So, God's saying this is the last train with a lot of things. But with XRP, Y'all have to understand the banking systems are so wicked, and it's just putting our money in captivity. Because you see what happened with Zelle and Bank of America. People went from one app to the bank and their money was gone. Their transactions didn't make it somehow. People's money was magically disappearing. Like, so it's not a game that they are really out here trying to move us to digital currency and replace these people's monies with digital currency credits and stuff. And you already know credit ain't nothing but the devil, because it keep you in captivity. It might seem good at first because you can buy, but you got to pay back later, and the borrower becomes the slave of the lender. See how that work? Now, and that's in the Word of God. All right. So XRP is going to be somehow, with this case, it's going to help pave a new way for the new system. Now, see, God is going to have to do something to get us away from these banks and lead us to a new system where, you know, all these people going to be in crypto when this happen, and ain't nowhere to put the banks, because the banks, you know what they're trying to do? Or the government's trying to stop banks from dealing with crypto. And what's going to happen is them banks going to be like, oh, sorry, we having difficulties, and the firm's gonna start having network issues and all this stuff because the government don't want you to do anything with what you're getting. Why? Because you're not gonna have to depend on them anymore. They wicked. Okay? The overall leaders of the world are wicked. All right? For the most part. So God gonna have to do something with it, and that's why you're gonna need a Ledger Nano, because blackouts, outages, all this stuff they're gonna try to like do with these ATMs. God gave me a warning about that ATM back a couple of weeks ago. He was telling me that banks, ATMs, banks, watch them, because they are going to be taken from people like they did with Bank of America. Too important to have that Ledger Nano, because the people that don't going to struggle and might lose what they have because they didn't listen to God. Now, look, LUNC, Terra Classic, is another cheap one. And yeah, it's very cheap. And it just went up out of nowhere, and then it kind of, it's slowly growing. But that's another one that's very cheap that you may want to invest in, okay? All of this stuff gonna go up and ain't gonna be cheap no more. Look at Bitcoin. People say it ain't gonna never. Bitcoin at 24,301.53 today. Another one I want to talk about now. I need y'all to understand, when you think of crypto, what do you think of? Bitcoin! And so many people have put their money into Bitcoin. Like, people are actually obsessed with this stuff. They're obsessed with this stuff. It ain't even just about investing. They are obsessed with this stuff. And Bitcoin has become an idol of the world. That one little coin, people, Bitcoin, it's become pretty bad. Look at how much money got put into it. So that is going to have a flash crash, because you know what God's going to do? He's going to say, nope. Okay, you think that you're going to have a heart of gold and a mind and money on your mind, and this is going to be something that's going to take over your life. Check it out. We're going to go over the graph. All right, so you see this chart, Bitcoin. I just kind of show y'all, bam, 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 moving steady down, up, steady, moving up. And then God gonna say, well, time to pull it off. Zoop! Bitcoin it's gonna crash to the floor. And what we gonna do is buy it low. Do you hear what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be cheaper. And it's gonna be our opportunity to buy it. And then it's gonna skyrocket back up, because everybody gonna have the same idea, right? So then we gonna get that extra blessing. That's just part of another piece of the blessing. But see, people got to go down in order for us to go up. Do you hear what I'm saying? We can't go up at the same time with the wicked. It just don't work that way. It's spiritual warfare out here. So the devil don't want us advancing God's kingdom. He gonna try to keep us down as long as possible. So people got to go down for us to go up. And when they are led by fear, oh my goodness, my money, I got to put this in this, and I'm going to lose it. They got money on their mind, not God, so they scared. Because remember, God is not the spirit of fear. So they're going to be dumping. Oh, I got to do this. Ooh. And we going to be gaining and gaining. And this is where we have to be prepared, because it's going to, when I say it's going to go crazy, it's going to go crazy one after the other after the other. Do you hear what I'm saying? This is so important, okay? Because banking systems are going to become corrupt. We're going to get into that in a second. Let me explain the Shiba chart, okay? Now, Shiba been going up and down, up and down, up and down, and God been using this as a wealth transfer for many people. Like, it's been times where it's hit, people gain 1,000, 500, 400, up, down, up, down, up, down. But that's God blessing his people, while people are so inconsistent or losing their mind with this money. Oh, I got to take it out. All right, put it in. Take it out. It's buy low, sell high. You know, they going crazy. So we just sitting still, and God just blessing people this way into the big deal. Oh, I like that. We just sitting still and God just blessing people to the big deal. I like that. I ain't trying to do that on purpose. So then it's going to go down. All right. God been making it go down. It's been increasing, but people been losing a lot. Why? Because God has got to kick people out. He said, that's right. God has got to kick people out that don't belong. God is testing your faith right now. That's why it's taking so long, because it's a lot of people who, oh, this was false propheted, but people ain't even going to God. Because do you know how many dreams and pieces of confirmation I received? I didn't know what crypto was. I didn't even want to do it. But God gave me dreams and confirmations after I asked multiple times, and he gave me that sign. And I said, all right, I'm going to do it, because I don't know what you got going on here, but I'm going to listen and follow your instructions. All right. So it is going down. All these cryptos are at a point where, woo, they was dropping low to the flow. So when they dropped, you got to realize that people going to pull their money out, and they going to lose faith. They going to jump ship. Nope. You lied. They false. They this, they that, you know. So instead of going to God and you looking at people instead of just going to God, that's one way God showed, well, you wasn't ready and set for this responsibility, because you jumping ship looking at another person rather than coming to me. I could have just confirmed it. You get what I'm saying? So then after all that's said and done, it's going to go up, okay, up, then it's going to go all the way down, zoop, then it's going to go up. Cause I seen this chart. It's going to go all the way up, 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 up. And that's when we sell our stuff for Shiba. Do you hear me? Because it was so cheap and it went all the way up, it's going to go whoop. Remember, nothing is impossible with God. Remember, keep your mind open. People say, well, hold up, this ain't this. I don't know about that. I ain't never seen it. Well, then you don't know God, because God going to show you things you never seen before. All right. So another one I want to bring up is XLM Stellar. Now, I have no idea what this is going to do, but this is another cheap one that's been mentioned, and God led me to. So I don't know if this going to end up being another gateway, or just because it's so cheap and God's just going to use this one. Yeah, take that one up with God. It's whatever he led you to, but, you know, may not be for everybody, because everybody's set for different pieces of responsibility. That's why I always ask you to go test the spirits, because, you know, you may not supposed to be in all these, maybe two out of the four or whatever, you know. It's all about responsibility that God gives you. So don't be, I told you to test the spirits. I told you. So don't be getting mad at me, because you ain't test the spirits. I said it. And I say it again. Test the spirits and ask God, you know, what is meant for you and what is not meant for you. You know, everybody's in a different season, or yes, everybody's in a different season of their life. Everybody's in a different level. Okay, so who can handle what type of responsibility? Maybe one person can only handle this, you know. But let's talk about the Ledger Nano. This will be your new wallet of gold and silver. Do you hear what I'm saying? Bank cards and paper money will be gone. They will begin to go away, because guess what? We in the end times, and the market of beasts is being tested. You hear me? They moving towards digital money and credit. See, credit leaves you as a slave to the lender, and digital money they can cut you off if you accept that mark in the great tribulation. You hear what I'm saying? So they're preparing it now, y'all. We are close to these times. So you're going to start seeing these things. They got it on gas pumps. They starting to do it with the Amazon scan and the hand palm payment, the Neuralink. So they really are putting and testing these things. And listen, when I saw that ATM machine in my dream go blank, you got to know God wasn't lying when he said them they gonna be stealing. They not gonna work. So if an ATM ain't working, how your bank card supposed to work? If banks acting a fool, how you supposed to access your money? You feel what I'm saying? And paper money, I mean, look what they did with Bank of America. Act like they ain't got no money. Like, how you just lose people's money? So this is why I say God is trying to pull you away from these banks. He's trying to get you together. He's trying to get you together. Because banking systems are, they about to fail. And the government want to keep us in captivity so we can depend on them. Okay? Get that Ledger Nano. That's going to be your new wallet. Forget that other stuff. That's going to be your new wallet. Or your gold and your silver. You hear what I'm saying? So this is a very important instruction because people are going to be like, oh, no, I don't have it. I don't know what to do. God is giving out instructions. And I had a dream about that ledger. That white box that my Ledger Nano X was in, it was a safe that God had me open up in a dream. And everybody, before I got to the safe, everybody was like, are you ready for the promise? Are you ready for the promise? And so I got to this safe, and before I could grab the Ledger Nano, I woke up. So look, get you one, all right? Test the spirits. Don't get mad at me and nobody else because you ain't test the spirits. You need to be talking to God and praying, all right? But this is all I have for y'all in this video. Peace and blessings. I hope it gives you more of an understanding as to, as to what is happening and what's going on with these coins and crypto. All right, but peace and blessings, you guys, and I will catch you in the next one.
He ran out of luck and now it's my time. Ain't no looking back, I'm on the right track.